Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Foxwoods Marine Theater. Please put your hands together for your sea lion trainer for today's show, Carrie Richard.
Well, thank you so much, everyone. Good afternoon and welcome to our show. We're so glad you could join us today. We're going to have some fun learning all about these amazing animals, the California sea lions. In today's show, you'll see how perfectly adapted sea lions are for their environment, some of the neat things that they're doing, training with the United States Navy, and even how to tell the difference between a sea lion and a seal. But before we get into all of that, I think I should introduce you to the stars of our show, so let's meet them. Now, throughout the show today, you'll be meeting 5 of our California sea lions, and the first one that I'd like you to meet is kind of hard to miss. This right here is Coco. Coco is our oldest and largest sea lion. He is 27 years old, and Coco right now weighs in at just about 700 pounds. For his introduction, we're going to see if he can spin. For all of you, this is Coco. Sitting next to Coco to your right is Surfer. Surfer is our 22-year-old male. He's full of energy and really loud. You'll hear him barking for himself throughout the entire show. He drives in the center of the pool for a great looking surfer up and out of the water. All the way to your right, we have our 5-year-old male. His name is Jenny. Jenny weighs in at just about 200 pounds. Today he's working alongside my good friend Kate. Let's see what Kate and Jenny want to share. A lovely sea lion Jake from Mr. Jenny. Joining us here on the stage along with Kristen and Boomerang. Boomerang is our 7-year-old male who currently weighs in at just about 350 pounds. And he, like any other 7-year-old, has a lot of energy. Here's some of it right there. And then last but certainly not least, the lone female for this show. All the way to your far left is Callie. Callie is 5 years old. She weighs in at just over 100 pounds. Today she's working alongside my good friend Jen. And Callie is going to show you something in the center of the pool. Here she is. Another round of applause for Callie. Well, now that you have met the stars of this show, we're going to start off today by talking about some of the differences between sea lions and seals. Some people think these animals are seals, but they're not. They're sea lions. And today we're going to give you guys some pointers so you're able to tell the difference. So let's start by taking a look at our big screen. Right there, that's a picture of a seal. That's a harbor seal. Now, if you take a look at that seal's front flipper, you might notice that it's really short, right? Well, if you compare the seal's flipper to a flipper on a sea lion, what you'll find is sea lions, well, they have longer flippers. Good. Now, here's an interesting fact about a sea lion's front flipper. There's a bone structure in it that's quite similar to that of the human hand. And when you see an x-ray, you'll see that they have 5 finger-like digits, just like you and I have on our hands. Now, not only do seals and sea lions have different sized flippers, they also swim differently. When sea lions swim through the water, they use their big front flippers and an up and down wing-like motion to pull themselves along. Callie's going to show us how fast she swims as she heads across the pool over there with her flippers. It doesn't help when the 700-pound sea lion is in her way. I think we're going to try that one more time. See if she can get set up again and gain some speed. That's much better. Have a round of applause. So that was a great look at how a sea lion uses its front flippers for swimming. This is very different from the way a seal swims. Seals don't use their front flippers. Instead, they use their back flippers. And seals will move their back flippers from side to side to push themselves through the water. Coco does a great impression of how a seal uses its hind flippers for swimming. Check it out. Good. Let's hear it for our big guy. So seals and sea lions have different size flippers. They swim differently. Another difference is the way they move on land. Now, sea lions can use their flippers on land. If you take a look at ours, you'll see them sitting upright, supporting their body weight with those front flippers. Something you might not know about a sea lion is that they can also use their back flippers. In fact, they have a rotating hip bone, which means that they can stand up on all fours. Now they can do this when they're at the size of our small sea lions at less than 400 pounds. But even a sea lion as big as Coco, weighing 700, can stand up and run. Now it's really important that sea lions use their flippers on land because of where they live, out in the wild. They gather together on the rocky shorelines, off the coast of California, Washington, Oregon, even the Galapagos Islands. And because these areas are so rocky, sea lions need to be really good at climbing. Now, one of the many reasons that sea lions move so well on land is because they have a great deal of strength and mobility in those front flippers. They're so mobile, in fact, that they can independently lift each one of them. So Surfer's going to face all of you out there and give you a great look at how easily he can do this. Hop. Good. Now, would you believe a sea lion has so much strength in its front flippers that they can even support their entire body weight on just those two? Check out Boomerang weighing 350 pounds. There's no way we'll be able to move on land like our sea lions. Their flippers are simply too short. So when a seal moves on land, it just kind of flops on its belly and looks like a caterpillar, just like that. Coco also does a great impression of a seal moving on land. You guys want to see it? Yeah. All right, Coco the sea lion and his fabulous impression of a seal on land. Itch. Good, let's hear it for Coco. You're wondering if you're looking at a sea lion or a seal, remember to take a look at the size of the animal's flippers, how they use them to move in the water and on land, and we're pretty sure you'll be able to tell what you're looking at. Well, now we're going to talk about how perfectly adapted sea lions are for their environment. These animals are excellent hunters, and in fact, a sea lion can catch a fish from any angle around its body. One reason they do this so well is because they have a long and flexible neck. A sea lion's neck is so flexible, they can even touch their noses all the way to their spines. Check it out. Now, this flexible neck comes in handy to the sea lions. They'll swim into schools of thousands of fish. They'll stretch those long, flexible necks around their body in any direction and catch the fish as they swim by. They grab onto those fish with a powerful tooth and jaw structure quite similar to that of a bear's. They have a big mouth filled with big, sharp teeth. Just take a look at Surfer. Open. Good. And for taking a closer look at the inside of the sea lion's mouth, check out our big screens one more time. Right there, that's a great look at Coco's mouth. Check out all his teeth. His canines are about a ½ inch long, and they come in pretty useful for catching those fast-swimming fish. Now, even though sea lions have all those teeth in their mouth, they don't chew their fish. Every fish a sea lion eats is swallowed whole in one big gulp. And this allows the sea lions to eat more fish in a shorter amount of time. So we're going to have some fun with this fact by giving our sea lions a fish that they've been trained to hold in their mouths until their trainer claps her hands. Now once the trainer claps, you're going to see the fish disappear in one big gulp. Now it's really tempting behavior, so keep your eyes on the sea lions. Surfer is already off to a rough start over there. Watch Coco. Coco doesn't move a muscle. All right, we've got Jenny, Surfer, Coco, and Boomerang, all the boys with the fish as soon as their trainer claps. Oh. All right. Well, the boys did a great job with that, but we're going to give you guys a chance at this behavior by giving our sea lions one more fish and seeing if you can get them to eat it. So on the count of 3, when the sea lions have this next fish, we want all of you to clap your hands one time. The trainers, we're going to fake clap. And we're going to see if the sea lions eat the fish when they hear your clap or if they wait for their trainer. Now they are supposed to wait for us. Let's see how they do. All right, Surf. Surf has got his. Boomerang. Jenny ate his. All right, so we've got, and Boomerang ate his. Okay, so we've got Surfer. All eyes on Surfer right here. You guys ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, to be the girl on the stage with the big buckets of fish, right, sir? Yeah, that's right. Now, sea lions, of course, are very intelligent animals. And that's why we've been able to train them lots of different behaviors here in the Foxwoods Marine Theater. We've learned a lot about sea lions throughout the show so far today, and most of the behaviors that you've seen the sea lions demonstrate were trained right here in this exhibit. Well, right now we're currently working on some new training projects that we'd like to take this opportunity to give you a behind-the-scenes look at. And one of those training projects has to do with Jen and Callie. Jen and Callie are learning how to climb to the top of this tower, and Jen has been working on this for a few weeks now. The first thing that Callie needed to get used to was just the presence of the tower. It's a fairly new structure here in the Foxwoods Marine Theater. It's only been up here for about a month and a half to 2 months. Now, once Callie was understanding that this tower was going to remain in her environment, it wasn't going to potentially pose any threat to her, what Jen started to get her used to doing is to have her climb to the top of the tower and feed her from about 7 feet above her, which is a fairly new concept for our animals. And once she was understanding that Jen was going to be up there and feed her, Jen would start to use something called a target pole. This is a training tool that our trainers use here in the Foxwoods Marine Theater. She has it in her hand right now. It simply acts as an extension of our hands, and it's just a buoy on the end of a pole. Now, target poles come in lots of different shapes and sizes, and the one that Jen's currently using with Callie is a little smaller one, and that requires Callie to touch her nose to it by coming closer to Jen. So once the animals understand how to touch their nose to it, in order to get to that target pole, they have to go up to where Jen is holding it. So as you can see, Callie's making her way up to that first step. Now this is a really big step for her because it took her about 3 weeks to get to this point where she's comfortable on this first step. Each sea lion will learn at a different rate, just like you guys learn differently from your friends at school. And it depends on the complexity of the behavior that the animal's learning, really how brave they are, because every animal is a little bit braver than the next. And then what Jen's going to do most importantly is just always end on a positive note with Callie. So she's going to keep her approximations very short and very sweet. She wants to be able to give her as much fish as possible for coming up and touching her nose to that target pole. And she's only comfortable on that first step right now, which is great, because she just learned from that very small session with Jen that if she came to that first step, she got a whole bunch of fish. So let's give Callie and Jen a great big round of applause. So Jen's training with Callie is coming along very nicely, and I'm really confident that over the next 3 weeks or so, she'll be able to climb to the top of that tower. But just to show you the point where Jen is working with Callie, we're going to have Boomerang demonstrate. Now, Boomerang's a little bit braver than our little girl over here, so he learned to go up that tower pretty quickly, in about a week and a half. So Kristen's basically going to give him a hand signal right now. She doesn't have to go up there with him anymore. She just points to the tower and says, "Let's go," and he goes right up to the top all on his own. Kristen's going to walk around the side and meet him over there. She's going to feed him some fish for going up there. She's going to ask him to do a couple of behaviors, and then he's going to jump off. Very proud of himself up there for making it to the top. Ta-da! You guys want to see him jump off? So the way that we get to the end behavior that Boomerang just demonstrated is by breaking it down to small, simple steps, some of which you were able to see with Callie and Jen today. Well, training the animals every day is a lot of fun. Not only are they very intelligent, but they also move really well, both in the water as well as on land. So right now we want to highlight their grace, speed, and agility, and also how much fun we have working with these amazing sea lions each and every day. So sit back, relax, and we hope you enjoy this part of our show. something brand new about these wonderful animals, the California sea lions. Please remember when you leave the theater today to use the stairs and head to your right. Feel free to stop by and check out the sea lions, but for your safety as well as theirs, please stay on your side of the yellow line.